Hello and welcome, my name is Amir and I make videos and put them on the internet. Today we have 5 free indie games for June. First up is Boson-X, a rotational runner from Mu and Heyo. You play a scientist running inside a massive particle accelerator discovering strange new particles. Navigate through a subatomic world with precise timing and fast reflexes. Just remember, there is no up or down and there are neither floors nor ceilings. Don't blink while playing this game or you'll end up getting lost in time and space. The gameplay boils down to one hell of an adrenaline rush as you search for the elusive Boson-X particle. Boson-X is available for free on Windows, Mac and Linux. It's also available on iOS and Android as a paid app. Legends speak of an epic battle between Gaurodan, the Bird of Thunder, and Gaurodan, the Fire Beast. Now with the appearance of two mysterious eggs, it's only a matter of time until this epic battle rages across the globe. Developed by Locamalito, this shoot-'em-up is inspired by early titles like Defender, Choplifter and Sky Kid. Gameplay is pretty straightforward. You fly around the Canary Islands as Gaurodan and destroy cities, armies and colossal creatures in your path. You have two types of attacks, an air-to-air attack and an air-to-ground attack. Gaurodan itself can't stop moving while flying, so focusing your fire can get pretty tricky as the number of on-screen enemies increase. Gaurodan is available for Windows, Mac, Linux, and surprisingly enough, the Discover store on Ouya. We now move on to a case of imitation as a form of flattery with Risk of Death. Developed by HatDog, this is essentially a Risk of Rain clone, which, by the way, is an incredibly fun roguelike platformer. Anyways, let's talk about Risk of Death, a fantasy version of the aforementioned action-heavy, wave-based survival roguelike platformer. Does it live up to the original? Yes. Yes it does. What are the main differences? You can choose from 4 distinct Warlocks, each with their own unique abilities and cooldown times. Every character has a different playstyle, but all of them are chaotic. There's an in-game shop that you can purchase upgrades in between waves, which, as the game progresses, you'll definitely require to survive. Risk of Death is available for Windows and Mac. Also, HatDog has taken it one step further and has started development on a sequel, Warlocks, which is now on Steam Greenlight. Keep an eye on them as they seem to be on the right track. After going through 3 action-packed indie games, it's time to slow things down a little bit with Dead Cyborg, a sci-fi adventure game from Endre Barath. Dead Cyborg has gameplay reminiscent of old text adventures and sci-fi classics like the Journeyman Project and Symbiocom. The player wakes up in a cryotank with no recollection of his past. You piece the story together from messages left behind by your past self that have been scattered around this radioactive and toxic place. The game seems to hint that you're running off borrowed time, but any questions are answered with more questions from ridiculous robots. The sense of mystery in the game reels you in as you try your hardest to figure out what the hell is going on. Dead Cyborg has 2 episodes out so far, with the 3rd and final episode currently under development. It's available for Windows, Linux and Mac. Last but not least is my personal favourite, Gods Will Be Watching. It's a minimalistic point-and-click thriller centered on despair, commitment and sacrifice. Developed by Jordi De Paco, aka Greyshock, for Ludum Dare 26, Gods Will Be Watching has to be the saddest survival sim I have ever played. The story goes a little like this. Your research group has been ambushed by cyber bioterrorists and are now stranded on a planet, which is also the breeding ground for the deadly Medusa virus. You have 40 days to find a way off the planet, and the only form of communication in the future is, unfortunately, a broken radio. So the goal is to repair it in 40 days before your team either starves, goes insane, or succumbs to the paralytic Medusa virus. The catch is that you can only do so many actions per day. I'd love to draw a comparison between Gods Will Be Watching with Oregon Trail, and the necessity of smart planning really does make the game incredibly bleak but engaging. The game is browser-based, and after a very successful Indiegogo campaign, Greyshock and his team, dubbed Deconstructeam, are currently working on a full-fledged version of Gods Will Be Watching, with more scenarios, deeper story, and even harder decisions to make. It'll be available sometime in July, so keep an eye out for this gem of a game. So that's it for 5 free indie games of June. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm really sorry that we haven't been releasing this more regularly, but let us know if you enjoy this series in the comments and if you'd like to see more free indie games. It's always a blast to hunt down more games because hey, we always like free stuff, yay! As always, don't forget to subscribe for the latest and greatest from Laoyat.tv. Thanks for watching guys.